Hi guys, sorry it's been kind of a while. I've been a little busy with my little one, and so pretty much what I'm going to do right now is just do a birth story. And then I'll show you guys little Dean. So what happened pretty much is on the 9th of September 2014, I gave you guys a tiny little clip telling you that I was going to the hospital. So let me just kind of recap what happened that day, like how my day started and stuff. So what happened was I went to my midwife's office and I had an appointment for my 39-week checkup, and oh gosh, I should have done this earlier. I'm like blanking out on some things, but but anyway, I went there and she checked me and stuff, and then she told me you should be giving birth either today or tomorrow, and she said that she would expect me to go to the hospital around 1:30 and just to let her know. So I went home and I went home. He's very vocal right now. But I went home and I was kind of keeping like track of my contractions, how long they were, and she told me even if they don't hurt, to just it depends on how far apart they were. So it's like, okay, whatever. And they didn't hurt at all for me. They were just like a menstrual cramp. Not even a menstrual cramp. At least it was for me, mainly because I think I have a high tolerance for pain. Because I've had menstrual cramps that were worse than the beginning of my labor. So around, like she said, around 1:30, I told Oren, hey, we need to go to the hospital. My contractions are 2 minutes apart. So I was thinking I was going to be giving birth that day, but we went up to the hospital, and the lady said, okay, you're like 3.5 centimeters, almost 4. Let's just get you here just for maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, and just see if anything happens. So I was like, okay, if I progress any. And so I walked around for about 30 minutes, and then I came back, and right as like the lady was checking me and I laid down, my water broke, and it wasn't like a gush. Sorry, TMI. It was more like just a leaking, warm feeling, kind of like I peed my pants. So so that happened, and then like she checked me again, and I was, I think, almost 5. Well, maybe I was like 4.5 centimeters probably, and they admitted me, and we kind of just waited around. I was walking around and bouncing on like the peanut balls that they have at the hospital, like our hospital. So around 5, probably 6 o'clock at night, I was 6 centimeters, I think. No, I think I was 5 centimeters, because then they checked me again at like 9, and I was 6 centimeters. And then I pretty much stayed up the whole night. I probably got 1 hour of sleep. Around 2 or 3 in the morning, they came back in to check me, and they said that I haven't really progressed, and so they said they'd maybe wait 1 more hour, and then they would talk to Wendy, see what she wanted to do, my midwife. And so I still hadn't changed. My contractions had slowed down, actually. And so I was at 6.5 centimeters, and around 7:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30, probably 7, they gave me some Pitocin. I wanted so bad to not do it without any medicine whatsoever, like no interventions or anything, but unfortunately I had to because there was a little bit of meconium in my water, and my water didn't like pop or break, like it didn't, all of it didn't come out. It's kind of just leaking. I think what happened was, I don't know if he like poked a hole or something, I don't know. But just a tiny little hole got poked, and it's kind of like a balloon with a tiny hole, and it was kind of leaking throughout the whole time since my water had broken. So what happened was, they got me the Pitocin, and I can't remember how much they gave me, but just 10 minutes after that Pitocin came in, or kicked in, it was awful. I could feel it starting to hurt. Like, it wasn't so bad to where, but I had to concentrate. I definitely had to concentrate and breathe. And, so I hope for my next kid I don't have the Pitocin, but you really can't control what happens, and so this next time I'm just trying not to get my hopes up for anything and just let it go with the flow. But so, what are you doing, buddy? You just squealing over there. Alright, but what happened is I got it and I hit 7 centimeters, and I've heard people throwing up, like, for transitions around 7 centimeters, and so that's what I did, and oh my gosh, it felt so much better. But then after that, the contractions were something that I can't even describe. It was, I did it naturally, so I didn't, naturally meaning no medicine, like no, epidural, like no pain reliever. So I did it no epidural, and the pain, it was different. I was trying to let go, like trying to just kind of accept the pain, because it helped me a little better to get through it instead of screaming the whole time, because there were some parts where I was like starting to moan and stuff, and my husband would, you know, just trying to calm me down and say, just breathe, and, you know, he'd finally bring me back down. I don't know how I could have done it without him, because he really, he really helped me a lot, and I don't think he thinks so, but, he really calmed me down at times where, like, I was screaming, well, not screaming, but just, I was starting to scream and not focus on breathing and pushing, but I'll get to that later. But so I hit 7 centimeters, and I thought I was there at 10, and they're like, nope, you're at 7.5. I was like, oh my gosh, let this be over. but I finally got to 10 around 8 o'clock, and we started pushing, or I started pushing, and I was so exhausted at that point. I had only had an hour's sleep the night before, and I was just so tired. I just wanted it to be over. And then when I was pushing, like I started to like not breathe, so I had to have some the oxygen mask that they do. So my husband, then right there, he had to remind me to breathe. So at that point, I was so exhausted I couldn't lift up my arms. And so my sweet husband put the mask over me when I was taking a break from pushing. And then when I would push, I'd, you know, take a deep breath and push. So I was pushing about an hour, I believe. I pushed for about an hour, and I had to be cut because this little guy's head was just a little too big for my brand new vagina to childbirth. So so what happened, she cut me, and that, surprisingly, that actually hurt more than the childbirth. I don't know why for me, but it was just I think it was because it was just a sharp, stinging pain, and the childbirth was like a big giant poop. Sorry, but it was it was like the biggest poop I had ever taken in my life. but so while I was pushing, she had to cut me, and his head finally came out. I looked down, I saw him, I was like, okay, he's almost out, and they're like, okay, just take your time, and I was just like, I just went for it. I pushed him out, and they immediately put him on me, and it was so, like I even watching videos now of, like, other women giving birth, or even just, like, seeing a little newborn, I want to start crying, because it's just that feeling, that remembering of him just coming out and being laid on my chest and just having the littlest cry, and then he was calm and he was just looking around, and and it was amazing. Like, it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life, and I know it was painful, but I would do it again, and just have my little boy. And but yeah, there was my pregnancy story, or not pregnancy, my birth story. So if you guys have any questions, just ask me, and and now I will show you the little squealing monster that's been talkative throughout this whole video. Hold on. And here he is. He is now, he can see himself in the camera, he's he is now 4.5 months. He'll be 5 months on the 10th of February, which is so crazy. But when he was born, he was 8 pounds, 1 ounce. He was 21.5 inches long, and his head was 13.5 inches. And his head was the same as his chest, so his chest was 13.5 inches, which is crazy. But if you can believe it or not, I'm trying to show your hair. He didn't have blonde hair. I mean, you can't really see it now. He kind of looks bald. But he had brown hair. I don't know if I can try to show you guys, but that's still newborn hair right there at the bottom. He looks like Friar Tuck. But yeah, he is now 15 pounds and 25.5 inches long. I can't remember how much they said his head was, but he is one big healthy boy. What? What? You're so cute. I know every mom says this, but I think he's adorable. You're just so adorable, huh? Alright, well, that's a pretty long video for you guys, so there you go, enjoy. And I don't quite know what to do anymore. If you want me to keep making videos, just let me know in the comments, and tell me kind of if you want me to just kind of record my everyday, or not every day, but you know, maybe 3 times a week, for like just to see how my day is. I don't know. I've never done this before, obviously, so just kind of let me know if you want me to keep recording, and I'll do it. Alright, see you guys later. Bye!